So taking that fork, this is the smaller of the 3 forks that I showed, and we did not remove the middle tongs, but I don't think you need to. You can just push it in and engage the impeller, and then once I'm in there, I'm just twisting it back and forth, and that is enough, just a little rotation to break it up. For fun, you can go ahead and just turn it all the way. You can see this is getting a big rotation, so we know for sure that that is broken out. And yeah, that's great. That's all the way. Pull that fork out. Hi, this is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we're going to be dealing with a Miele dishwasher that has a stuck circulation pump. And the way we know we have a problem is we come over and we see that flashing intake drain light, and that's just telling us that the dishwasher had a problem. And you can see that flashing on and off. It could be different types of problems that will cause this, but the flashing could be a stuck circulation pump. So the next thing we'll do is a little test just to confirm that. So here's how we can confirm that the circulation pump is stuck. We're going to turn on the unit. We turned it off to get rid of that error code. We turned it on. We pick a cycle. Let's just use number 3 for a normal cycle. Number 3, and we'll close it. And we should hear it drain for a little bit, and then we should hear it fill. And then if the circulation pump is working, we'd hear the pump kick in. We're going to close it. So we're hearing the drain pump first. That's normal. It's just getting rid of the water. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. And that just takes a few seconds, and then we should hear water coming into the unit. Remember that drain light can flash, the intake drain light can flash due to not enough water, can flash due to too much water. So now we hear the water pouring into the machine. So that's normal. And then if we get to a point where we don't hear anything, there's silence, and we know we have a stuck pump. So it filled all the way up, but now we don't hear anything. It takes after it fills up, still takes about it's up to as much as a minute before the circulation pump would kick in. We don't hear anything kicking in, and we got that darn light flashing. So this is confirmation that we have a stuck impeller. And to fix it, all we're going to need is a fork. The small fork is probably going to work best. There is an option of a medium-sized fork would work. These larger, big kitchen table forks are too big. Shouldn't use this. These smaller ones are great. Sometimes we bend back these middle prongs, so we just have the last 2 prongs, but the middle ones are gone. You almost don't have to do that. You can actually get away with just pushing this into the impeller. Here's an actual impeller off the Miele dishwasher, and just pushing it into the impeller, it fits in there pretty good even without removing the middle tongs. And you can twist it and you can get that thing freed up. A couple other things that help is to use some type of a lubricant in that water, like a little bit of Wesson oil, vegetable oil would be great, or olive oil would work, or even some jet dry. They all have lubricant properties, and that can help to break free the impeller. This is the impeller housing, and this is the impeller itself. And this little metal part here gets kind of stuck against this rubber piece, and that's due to food debris or sometimes just getting dried out. And all the fork does in the lubricant is it just breaks free that impeller, so the motor is then strong enough to be able to turn it again, and then it works great. A lot of times if you leave a Miele dishwasher without being used for even a couple weeks, it can cause this to seize up, and you have to use this little fork trick to get it going. So another part of the confirmation process that it is the drain pump and not the water level is you just, once it fills, you look in here and make sure the water level has come up as high as the bottom of this white plastic filter handle. It's up to the bottom, that's perfect. If it goes beyond, there's something wrong with the fill valve, it's letting in too much water. If it hasn't gone up to this, maybe that's why you're getting the intake drain light. It's not going to circulation because it's not filling with enough water. So this would indicate a problem with the fill valve. In this dishwasher, this is filled perfectly right to the bottom of this handle. So we know that now that the circulation pump isn't starting, it's due to it being jammed. So next thing, we just want to get rid of some of this water so we have a little bit easier time working with it. And to do that, all we need to do is come up and turn off the dishwasher, turn it back on, pick a cycle, we'll just pick number 3, and press start, and that should drain that water out for us first thing. Yeah, we can do that. Water draining, perfect. Just take a few minutes, we'll have all that water out. We got all that water out, so next thing we're going to put a little bit of this lubricant in. We're just going to use some of the vegetable oil. So just put about, just a couple of these caps full would be great. We're going to bring that over here and remove this little filter housing. Just push it away from you and lift and get that right out. And then we're going to put in a little bit of that lubricant right there in that water. That water level there is totally normal. And we're just going to stir that up a little bit, and that can help us to get in there where the sump is and free it up. So we're going to do this right away, but normally you can let this sit for about 20 minutes. Now I take this fork, this is just a regular size fork, and I put it in here. You can see this little slot we're pushing it into. I'll wiggle it around until you can feel the impeller. Now I'm going to grab the fork and twist it rotationally, so I got to get it in there pretty far, and I want to twist it back and forth. And I think I'm going to use this smaller fork, will be even better. So this fork's a little bit smaller, and remember, you can remove those center tangs, probably make it even easier. But I'm going in to that slot, and then once we get that fork in there, I'm just going to turn it back and forth. So now that fork is actually all the way engaged on the impeller, and I'm turning it back and forth. I could probably even make a full revolution. Yeah. So I just turned it actually all the way. I'm going to turn it back the other way, and now I know that it's freed up for sure. Well, I have worked on these where it's so tight that I've used a pair of pliers. So I got that thing in position, and I took a pair of pliers. So you can get a better light. Took a pair of pliers and grabbed that fork, slide in position, with the pliers, and then I was able to rotate it with the pliers to break it free. And you'll be able to feel it when it breaks free. You'll be able to feel that thing turning, and you know you got it. And then you can just pull that fork out. Show you over here with the impeller again what you're doing. So this just goes in, makes contact with the impeller, and turns it, and that breaks it free, just rotating it back and forth. And then that should do the trick. Thanks for watching.